We are live in Denver, Colorado, the hometown for the Nuggets for an Eastern versus Western Conference matchup right here. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Tip-off goes to Denver. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta. Russell Westbrook out there with Kobe. And it's Garnett. And it's Bird. And it's Chamberlain in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On defense, the Nuggets.
And guys, a lot of problems for the Nuggets last year. Ended the season with a 30-52 record and really struggled even against the Eastern Conference.
Now here's Kobe. Garnett dishes to Kobe. And he gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And for the Nuggets struggling against the East, something they aren't used to doing. They usually pile on the wins when they take on that conference.
Yeah, typically that's the case, but the Nuggets won only 11 games against the East, tied for second lowest amongst Western Conference teams. That's the first losing record against the East for the Nuggets since 2004.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Stephen Curry. Hawks passing it around. Here's Bird and the rejection by LeBron. Out to the right wing. Shoots the three. The shot by Curry, no good. Denver on D. And here's Westbrook from the arc. They get the rebound. Garnett. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Curry kicks to shot. And three from Jordan. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
It's LeBron with the drive. Garnett grabs the board. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Bird with the basket on the assist by Westbrook.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
LeBron with it. Guarded now by Larry Bird. The drive by Jordan. Excellent D there from Garnett.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside Bryant on the wing. Bird. Three-pointer. Denver grabs the miss.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And, guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A game rolling tonight.
How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there.
Tipped away. Bird kicks to Westbrook. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too, so nothing subtle about that one.
The drive by James. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
The Hawks making a switch here. West is checked in.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Inside. And it's Garnett penetrating. That's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Shaq kicks to Curry. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in a game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there. Kobe's giving them lots of trouble. He's already up to 8 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Maravich comes in for Steph Curry. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Green's checked in. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Maravich. Allen for the 3. Can't get it to go. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Here's Chamberlain. And it's Denver with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
No one near James as he lets it go. That ball. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
A different look for Denver. Olajuwon's checked in for Shaq. Davis comes in for Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Kevin Durant in for LeBron. And then for Atlanta, James Harden. He's checked in for Bird. Wade comes in for Bryant. And Allen Iverson subbed in for West. Green, no luck.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Iverson. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Outside Durant. Denver passing it around, and Davis puts it in.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Harden dishes to Iverson. They need this, and Davis sends it back. To the middle. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Denver.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Hawks trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Outside Durant. Back to Allen. Iverson against Maravich. Outside Durant. 6 on the shot clock. That doesn't go either for Durant. The Hawks shooting just 35% to start the game. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. A different look for Denver. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Durant, and Curry subbed in for Allen. Atlanta also making some changes here. Russell comes in for Green, and it's Johnson in for James Harden.
All right, let's go.
Johnson attacking. Russell kicks to Wade. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Curry with a wide open look, and it's Denver scoring again.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Atlanta's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Johnson, the pass to Russell. Takes it from 10, and it's off the back rim. No good. The Nuggets on offense. Outside Leonard. Lets it go from deep. That one goes. Count it. And now it's an 11-point Denver lead.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from behind the arc.
Wade, good. .11 seconds left to play here in the first. Maravich dishes to Curry. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Curry's got 9 points.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 11. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I want to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player in your neighborhood, and that's where it comes from. Just always want to be the best, and no matter where I'm playing at. And if I keep working each and every year, I've gotten better. You know, if I continue to just keep working, I've seen improvements.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Garnett out there with Russell. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's Kobe. And it's Bird in at the small forward.
You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
Here's Curry. 9 points in the game so far. Fires for 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Hawks trail by 12. The dish to Russell. To the paint. The kick out to Bryant. Garnett the pass to Westbrook. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Bryant. He feeds it to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And Davis sends it back. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession.
Hawks ball.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It's Westbrook with the drive. Here's Bird. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor.
A different look for Denver. O'Neal comes in for Olajuwon. And Durant subbed in for Davis. Curry kicks to Durant. On the wing, Thompson. And again, Denver no good. The Hawks trail by 10.
You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
6 to shoot. And Kobe, here we go. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Thompson dishes to O'Neal. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Stolen by Durant. Oh, and here comes Curry all alone. Here's Leonard. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's a 12-point Nugget lead.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Westbrook passes to Russell. And Bird, here we go. Good. Bird's got 8.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Outside Leonard. This one for 3. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
And you know what? No need to catch it in a situation like that. He's got terrifically soft hands, and that finish doesn't allow the defense to react.
Here's Curry. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
One thing about Kevin Durant, when you talk with him, he's got such a laid-back demeanor. I mean, his pulse doesn't quicken. And when you ask opponents, they'll tell you he is as competitive, Greg, as they come.
Yeah, what you see on the outside with Kevin is a mirage, a fake out, if you will, because on the inside, this guy burns with competitive fire and brimstone.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And with Durant, his competitive spirit really comes out in crunch time. He demands the ball when the game's on the line, and more often than not, he gets it and delivers.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Durant. LeBron comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jordan in for Thompson. Garnett against Abdul-Jabbar. West with a wide open look. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And guys, talking about Durant, he may not wear it on his sleeve, but he's really upped his energy and emotion on the defensive end. I mean, he's seen that defense wins championships, and that's the only thing on his mind right now.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Garnett. Harden comes in for West, and it's Johnson in for Russell Westbrook. The Hawks have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago. What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, caught angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Harden outside on the wing, Johnson. And it takes a hard bounce.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And Chamberlain, here we go. Misses the layup. Denver leading by 16. Denver passing it around. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Curry's got space. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
The Hawks trail by 20. Here's Harden. Shaq with some nice D.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Curry outside. Draymond Green pulls it in.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Maravich, he's checked in for Curry. Outside, Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked. I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
No, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay, guys, that was just
I'll buy that for now.
A good old-fashioned chin check right there. Just call him the beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
And speaking of Harden and being the best, he'd certainly tell you so. He referred to himself as the best all-around player in the league. What do you think?
And I think he's right in that category. A lot of people laughed him off when he said that, but he's been a legitimate MVP candidate. His defense has gotten better, and obviously his offensive game is off the charts.
And Westbrook, here we go. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
1:03 left to play in the first half. Kicks it out to James for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. And that's now 11 points for LeBron.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Olajuwon's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Leonard comes in for James. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Jordan. And Curry subbed in for Maravich. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Green, he's checked in for Garnett. Bird comes in for James Harden. Iverson's checked in for Bryant. And West subs in for Russell Westbrook.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team. Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
That shot wide open. Thompson's got his first points in this one.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Leonard. And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Curry. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's 21 points for Steph Curry. 7 seconds left here in the second. No good from West. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Nuggets ahead, running away with it. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, what has allowed you to build this lead and get some separation here?
Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together, and we had a decent half. We got to keep it going.
Kevin, you've earned a rest. Guys, back to you at the table.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 21 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half? And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to get going again. We send you back to Kevin Harlan and crew for the third quarter.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 21 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting 40% from the field. We've got Jordan. O'Neal is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's James in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. On the wing, Bird. James covering. Just 5 to shoot. Here's West. It's blocked by Shaq. They recover it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now here's James. Feeds it to Curry. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Outside Jordan. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta on D. Jordan can't get it to go. Bird dishes to Iverson. And the wide open shot from Green. And the three off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Russell sets a screen for West. Off target from outside.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
And James with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Back to Iverson. Hawks passing it around. It's blocked by Shaq.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing.
They get it back. And it's sent back by Russell. On its way from Curry for two. Another miss by Curry.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Denver making a switch here. Maravich is checked in. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Chamberlain's checked in for Russell. Wade comes in for Larry Bird. Kobe's checked in for Iverson. And it's Johnson in for West. Johnson. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Kobe kicks to Johnson. No good with the triple.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. LeBron kicks to Maravich. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Jordan. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. It's stolen by Green.
And that's turnover number 2 on the game, doing a nice job in terms of ball control.
Holding on to the ball and holding on to this lead. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the dunk by Jordan.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth. Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Maravich, the pass to Jordan.
How about Michael Jordan in this one?
He has 17 points and 5 assists.
He's just been impossible to contain. He's been unreal in this game.
Utterly fantastic is how I would categorize that performance, Greg.
Steph Curry's checked in for Denver. And so Jordan nails both of them.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
The kick out to Bryant. Green inside the three-point line. In Atlanta again with the bucket. Nuggets have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 6 assists now in the game. Well, last season the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Johnson, good. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter. Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. The 9-foot shot. It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Green, no luck.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Curry can't get it to go.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And it's blocked by Curry. LeBron dishes to Curry. Stolen by Magic. Green kicks to Chamberlain. Bryant has the open look. The three-pointer off the mark. Nuggets have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Johnson outside. Back to Kobe. Passes it to Green. Look at that!
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. A different look for Denver. Davis is checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Durant comes in for James. And it's Klay Thompson in for Jordan.
And one thing the Nuggets have been good at for several years is crashing the offensive glass. Last season, they were 3rd in the league in offensive rebounds per game. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Green. Bird comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Johnson. And the Nuggets, as you mentioned, do attack the offensive glass. Greg, that was a good point. And Clark, they create a lot of extra looks that way.
Well, they were 4th in the league last season in second chance points, Kevin. You run the risk of getting destroyed in transition if you crash the glass every time, though. But the Nuggets crashed the glass and still managed to get back on defense.
Denver calls timeout. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Olajuwon's checked in for the Nuggets. Robertson comes in for Curry. For Denver, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Up top, Olajuwon. Down low, Davis, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. You got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it? And how about that road record for the Hawks? 25-16 last season. 9 of those wins came during that 19-game winning streak in early 2015.
Atlanta shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Atlanta calls timeout.
Boy, you look at the Hawks, and they seem to be built to play on the road because they can survive a player having an off game. They're so deep and versatile. Team basketball is a lot less prone to go cold when you're on the road.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Here's Russell. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. The Hawks have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses earlier. And he can't hit the second.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Thompson misses. Harden outside to the inside. Here's West. The Hawks again can't hit.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Atlanta, Russell is out there with Pippen. Then there's Bird. Then it's Harden, and it's Iverson in at the point guard position.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Denver shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Harden. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
That's good. 6 points for Iverson.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Iverson's gone 3 for 7 tonight. Pippen against LeBron. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Boom, he chains it straight down.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Great frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
It's really been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands. Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Curry kicks to James. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's Curry outside. Denver gets it back. Out to Thompson. Launches a three. Outside Curry. The three. Atlanta with the rebound. Bird's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The 11-footer. Another miss by Harden. The Nuggets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. The drive by LeBron. That's good. 26 points for Steph Curry.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Here's James. Throws down the breakaway jam.
I tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Thompson with the bucket.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Iverson, no luck.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Here's Bird. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
The feed to Iverson. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Shaq with it. Guarded now by Larry Bird. And it's LeBron James with the three. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nuggets?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Curry, good.
And they looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. But spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on, but I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broadened his offensive game as well.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Johnson attacking, and he converts the layup.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Denver's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
You know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken.
Garnett kicks to Kobe. And stolen by Jordan. Nobody near Allen. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. 6 points for Ray Allen.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
And finished off by Davis.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The Hawks have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. And he gets it to go.
Magic Johnson.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
That shot wide open. 9 points for Draymond Green. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And again, it's Atlanta.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nuggets.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Stephen Curry. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
They're in front by 33. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Changes. O'Neal's checked in for Anthony Davis. Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Ray Allen. Allen Iverson is checked in for the Hawks. Wade comes in for Johnson. Here's Curry. And it falls over the rim and in. Curry's got 30.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Wade kicks to Kobe. Wade drives in. They kick it out to Green. He's feeling it. The offensive rebound. Chamberlain. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
2 points, Dragons.
.51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Iverson missing. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Jordan against Iverson. Jordan dishes to O'Neal. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound. Just a fantastic game for Shaq. He's got 13 rebounds and 3 blocks. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down 100% from the floor.
And, Clark, I just love the supreme focus with which he's playing.
24 seconds left in the fourth. Looking to end the run. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to play aggressive. And we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And then when you do that, it's hard to beat us.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.